Hey drivers, we have finally made it. We are here at Nodo 2025. We're about to do our loop around the lake here over the next however long it takes us to do it. Everybody is really chill, but we can tell there's a lot of excitement to be here and be a part of this beautiful show. It's got to be the fan favorite of all year. Like we are blessed with some really big shows in this area, but this one stands apart. It's very communal, it's very laid back, it's all about the people. Like the cars are great and wonderful ones show up all the time, but it just seems to be more of a social gathering above and beyond all the others that we love so much here in this area. So we're going to take a look at a bunch of cars and try and point out some more interesting things, and what I'd love to do is talk to some people along the way. We'll just see who's willing to be on camera and share a little bit about their VW experience. I'm actually standing in front of a thing right here that's for sale. Now, we did an earlier video over in the swap. If you want to check that out, we're going to upload that one before this one. We got some deals over there, found some stuff for a friend, and hey, check that out. It's a right-hand drive. So a very unique thing sitting here. But yeah, it was a good swap this year. If we're looking for monster swaps, that's going to be more like Bug Jam, and Lakeland was really incredible this year. But this swap keeps getting bigger, and so I would not be surprised if it catches up. Right next to a driver Beetle here, a 74. So a good solid late model Beetle. This one also happens to be for sale. Check that out. Looks pretty solid at first glance. We look for bubbles back here, right, with all the foam that's in there and these vents that let the water get in there and hang out. And aftermarket tail lights on it. It don't look too bad. There's your contact information for anybody interested. All right, so yeah, a couple of cars for sale. It's an early-ish Beetle in great shape. Got some pop-out windows, some swap meet finds in there. A little bit lowered. T-bars on the front. Check out the turn signals, like everything's shaved, and we've got turn signals hidden behind the horn grills. So when you get mad in traffic, you just light up your turn signals, I guess. I don't think it would have the same appeal. All right, here's a squareback. I've seen at least 3 squarebacks this weekend. A little bit of an earlier squareback here. Cool dash in these Type 3s, particularly the earlier ones. Pop-out window on a squareback. That's cool. Had a friend in high school that had a squareback, and of course it was always breaking down. So what else did something interesting with lights in the horn grill area? Well, that's an early Beetle, so there'd be the horn grills there.
I don't know. I don't have a... I have nothing.
Yeah, a sunroof, or a ragtop rather. Low back seats. Gold accents on the dash. Don't miss that down there. See the console with the radio and some more gauges. Nicely customized. I think we saw this salmon bus yesterday. Go ahead, man, it's fine. Yeah, we were probably raving about the SVDA and the alternator in there.
Oh, for sure.
In a minute here, I'll give you a look at what is ahead of us. One of the things about Nodo is it has to be the prettiest location. I like Pasco County Fairgrounds for its quirkiness. You're always running up and down the hill, which wears your legs out by the end of the time, but it's a good problem to have. Lakeland, I would say, is the most successful parking lot show, but it does just amount to a parking lot that transforms into a bunch of happy VW people. Go ahead, no worries, no worries. But this location is just gorgeous. So we're going to go all the way around. We're going to be over there. We'll be about our halfway point. After we walk through this area here, you see the VWs all along the way. I expect to find some new vendors back there. Then there's this kind of patio arrangement in front of the building there. Then more cars all the way around. And we'll come back to where we started. Okay, let me swing you around just a little more here. We'll look at an early bay. Serpentine belt and big carbs. I'm a fan of these. Some people really aren't, but the dual post cinders. The odd thing about them is the PSI where they come on is a bit higher, which I'm okay with that, but it's around 7 PSI instead of 2 or 3 PSI like the stock one. I'd like a little bit more of an early warning. Once you're down at 2 or 3 PSI, you can kind of consider that too late. So that's the you're screwed light. Remember those aluminum dash inserts? That one's got some miles on it. It's pretty cool. Let's get a good look at this guy. The sun's coming out, but I really thought things were going to be toasty today, and they may get that way, but so far, being under these trees in the shade and there's a breeze coming off the water, it really hasn't been half as hot and toasty as I thought it would be. There's still time. Something about the rough ones, they're just a lot of fun to look at. There's a variation on the "yes, it's cool, no, I'm not going to paint it" sticker. Good times. Pretty westy here. This area was completely full when I showed up. Well accessorized. So we're looking at a late bay, a 72 with the big tail lights, but the early bay bumpers on it. Means we would not find an engine hatch up there. So look at this. This has the, well, yeah, it would. It's got the Type 4 engine in it. That was, of course, the first year with the Type 4 engine. A blacked out bug. Mean looking. Let's come around in front of both of these guys. Anyways, I was saying that it was completely full, and so they actually sent me around. I was not able to enter back over there where I always have in previous times. Now granted, I was a little late, and I can see what they were talking about. It's so full, they're all the way back in there. In fact, I'm kind of in the parking lot. I'm hardly, if at all, in the show, which is okay. I just want to be here.
That's the way you froze.
But that just shows how popular this event has become. And I don't know if it's coming across in the camera, but the vibe here is different. It's more casual, it's more laid back. This is, I think, a new Beetle, like one of the very last new ones. There's Charlie. How you doing, man?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm all right. So to fill you in, he's the owner of Daytona Air-Cooled Parts, and that's where the kickoff party is on Friday before Nodo really gets going each year. And so this year, again, it was very, very busy, a lot of fun, great atmosphere, and everybody was excited to get the weekend started right. So that was Charlie. He didn't want to be on camera, but he was very gracious to host everyone again. It was nice to have an opportunity to thank him for that. All right, we have another new Beetle here in front of us. Let's move on over here. Baja? I don't know. TDI? How do you spell TDI? I don't know. Okay. An early bay with the cool bubble caps down there. It's a camper, a Doormobile. You see it opens off to the side there. That one is in excellent shape. Keeping it nice and stock. Look at that. 2 batteries. So one may be a coach battery and one a chassis battery. That's the way we normally do it on an RV. Nice and clean. Okay, let's get out into the street again. An early bay panel across the street. Just hanging out. Right behind a splitty. They're just crammed in, folks. Just VWs everywhere. This one's a walk-through, which is really nice, and it has the proper middle seat. Somehow all those got thrown away at some point. They're made of unobtainium now. How you doing? Here's Jim's bus. We took a brief glance at it at Bully Brigade yesterday, but he's got it set up right. Looks like some cadrons back there. He's got air conditioning here, of course, on a serpentine belt setup. It's got a bell crank style linkage, but I haven't seen that style before. It's got the support coming up to the fan housing up there, the fan shroud. Nice bus, has a lot of fun with it. Let's get a good look at them. Hello. I appreciate you, everybody, being with us for this video. We had to make an executive decision. We've covered this, but just to be sure we're all on the same page here. Had a lot of trouble with bandwidth, and in past years I've had those troubles here. I think it has to do with just the number of people. I'm sure the bandwidth here is fine under normal circumstances, but there's a lot of people here, a lot of them using a lot of data, and of course if I'm doing a live stream, that's not helping the situation. And it's just not been reliable, and what I don't want to do is get everybody excited for a live stream and everyone show up and have another situation where the live stream goes down. Unfortunately, that has happened, so I'm getting a little bit more choosy with what situations I can do a live stream in and looking for alternatives, and this is what we opted to do. So far it has some big benefits in terms of video quality and reliability, is to just do kind of a live to tape thing. Still have the bandwidth issue for uploading, but once I'm home I'll be on Wi-Fi, and so anything that I haven't uploaded yet can be uploaded at that time. So we'll get it done one way or the other, and in the long run end up with decent quality, all things being relative. So yeah, that's my take on it. I'm interested to know what you think about the idea. If this works for you when we can do it, or do we just keep dealing with the live stream issues? Sometimes it works great and it's not an issue at all. But sometimes it's a big mess. No worries, you're good, thank you. Oh, we gotta see the television. Look at this. That's everything you need to go camping 40 years ago. I've never seen such a thing, but that's neat. How cool. A Honda Monkey. Says it's for sale. $50. I bet you're asking a pretty penny for it. That's in great shape.
Yeah.
That's cool. Every kid's dream in the mid-70s, right? Have a good one. Thank you.
I think it's going to be excited now.
Indeed. He said mid-70s, I'd be excited now. Yeah, that'd be fun to tool around on. Some of the shows are kind of cracking down on that. We've seen a lot of mini bikes and things at the VW shows, and it's insurance. Too many lawsuits and things. Kind of takes the fun out of it, and maybe somebody makes a bad decision at some point, but we're not seeing as many loose mini bikes in the shows as we used to.
I know.
one of the untold stories that has to happen at this show each year is when somebody that was just coming out to the park shows up and wasn't expecting any of this. And they just walk into the middle of this thing and there's VWs everywhere, right? And so that'd be very pleasant, I would imagine, unless they thought they were going to do some jogging. But that's got to happen to a lot of the locals here when they just come out for a Sunday walk. All right, I'm going to make a quick tech change here, so you'll probably hear a difference. I'm going to turn a microphone on. That was something I meant to do from the beginning, and not sure how I missed it, but we should be up and running, and we might be doing a little bit better with any background noise that might have been present. Hey, we actually remembered to bring some stickers today, so might be adding to the Haptic Garage stickers out there in the wild. This is a fun one. Late Bay, done up as a Coca-Cola bus. And Star Wars. Interesting mix of Coca-Cola and Star Wars. Good times. Excuse me. We must not have seen a Beetle in like at least 30 seconds. We've been looking at a lot of buses over the last several minutes, but here you go. Here's a late model Beetle in great shape. My friend's Alan. Hey man, how are you?
How are you?
I'm good. Good to see you.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was like,
you enjoying the show?
Guy. Heck yeah, are you?
Oh, of course.
I was like, I know this guy. What? Oh, that's Haptic Garage. Heck yeah, man. That's awesome.
I got something for you, man. I actually remembered to bring stickers today.
Really?
Yeah, I'm bad to forget about them. But yeah, if I can get it out of my pocket here.
Heck yeah, that's
for each of you gentlemen. There you go, sir.
It's going right on the VW, baby.
Awesome.
Yeah, at the VW.
Good running into you.
Yep.
Take care, guys. That's cool. That makes me feel good. Right, there's another squareback. This one with a few miles on it. Look at the treatment that they have on the vent here. That's pretty cool. Nice. I see some chrome. I think they say chrome gets you home, right? Pretty engine in here. Got some green lights up there. That is a Progressive, a Weber Progressive. 009 style distributor. Nice, I bet it makes some noise. How you doing? Doing okay, thank you. Is this your bus?
The Coca-Cola one.
Oh, we love the Coca-Cola one. We like the Star Wars theme too. Yeah. That's fun. Do you mind being on video for just a second?
No.
Okay. We should have guessed it was the Coca-Cola bus. How did I miss that? Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. You have a great day.
You too.
Oops, excuse me, sorry. V-Dub of the month. Not sure which month, but V-Dub of the month right here. Pretty car. Well, I think I missed this. Going back to that Coca-Cola bus, look at the rhubarb on the front. That's pretty serious.
Whatever he's doing.
We have an early bay on the move with some serious overriders on that front bumper. Look at those things. Got some skyscrapers bolted onto that thing. We'll probably see them cruise by in a little bit. Here is a satin blue bus. That's tastefully done. A little bit of tie-dye treatment on the inside. Bulkhead style bus. How you doing?
Good, you?
All right, love the bus. Is this yours?
Yes, sir.
You mind talking to us about it?
No, not at all.
Oh, that'd be great. Let me grab a thing. There you go. What's your name?
Charlie Bird.
Charlie. Nice to meet you, Charlie. Yeah, tell us about your bus.
Well, don't know what to say. It's owned it about 4 or 5 years now, and previous owner did a lot of modifications and restoration work. And, so I did a little bit more on the. I did a little bit more on the interior.
We like the tie dye.
Oh, yeah, there's a tie-dye theme.
That's really nice in there, yeah.
Oh, thanks. And yep, it's a driver, but I don't drive it enough, so I've got it for sale. And,
Oh, bummer.
so.
You're gonna move on to another project?
Probably not. And I didn't do. You know, I'm not a mechanic. I'm a woodworker. So if it's made of wood, I could fix it.
I see some wood treatment in there. Is that your work?
No, the original owner did. I can't take credit for that. But the bulkhead, I built the bulkhead, and
I'm sure you can appreciate it though.
And the back there and stuff. So
yeah,
it's a place to lock some stuff up. But I had some high buses in the 70s and 80s, and an old hippie, you know, and so a couple Beatles back when. So I really enjoyed it, but I just don't drive it enough. So
I hear you.
I'm looking for a new home for it.
It appears to be in great shape. If you would like, it's up to you, but if you would like to share your contact info and what you're asking or anything that you want to, this would be an opportunity.
Yeah, okay.
Or if you just want to run into someone, that's fine too.
Well, see, how would you like, what kind of info, phone number?
This would be going up on YouTube.
I got you.
So how, like this worldwide, right?
Okay.
So how, if and how you would like people to contact you about your bus.
Gotcha. Well, my email is pretty easy. Charlie Bird, CharlieBird, no space. The number 3 at gmail.com. 67 Splitty.
67, good year.
88,000 on it. Runs good, pretty smooth. It's got its little things, you know. But
they all have their quirks.
Yeah, that's right. But it's a driver, and I'm asking 28 for it.
Very good.
You know someone?
All right, well, wonderful. I hope you get it. I think it's a pretty bus, and I'm going to walk around it one more time.
And I met you at Charlie's the other day there, I guess, but I forgot your name. I'm sorry.
I'm Brent. I don't think I even introduced myself.
All right.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Charlie.
Nice to meet you. I'll even get this back to you.
Very good.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Thanks for talking to us a little bit.
Yeah.
You got a great spot here, by the way.
Well, thank you. Yeah,
A little bit of breeze coming off the water.
It's my 3rd year here. Last year I was across the way. I got here a little bit late, but it's nice. You got a little shade. It's a great venue here.
What time did you have to get here to get this spot?
I got here about 7:30.
Yeah.
And I live 3 miles away, so it makes it pretty handy.
Even better.
Yesterday's event 2 miles away. So
well done.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, thank you, Charlie.
Right, hey,
good chatting with you.
Good chatting.
Let's take a closer look on the other side here.
67.
I had a 62 Ferrari. I had the full
So an 11 window, 67. I think he said 28K. And from the outside, it appears to be in great shape. Oh, look at this. We got all kinds of cool treatments on vents here. Not bad. Okay, I can see my microphone is working now. I can't believe I forgot that, but I imagine the audio was fine with a little bit of background noise before. Here's a very outspoken Splitty. Looks like it'd be fun going down the road. No. That was one of my finds in the swap meet, if you haven't caught that video yet. More as a souvenir than anything. I picked up a Stromberg 94 that would go on a Ford flathead. I don't know. I'm a tourist sometimes when I go to the swap meet. Sometimes I'm serious. Today I was a bit of a tourist. Here's a cool hard-working Westie in front of us, right next to a late bay double cab, a little bit lowered. Don't see a ton of, well, any double cabs, but especially late bays. So good to see this one out in the wild. Look at this, we've got an entire row of cars behind all of the cars. I think we saw all of these, so you need to catch those videos for sure over at Bully Brigade. We definitely took a look at this one with the canvas, and I recognize a lot of these Beetles here from the Dubs on the River show that we covered right after Bully Brigade. At this moment, that one is being uploaded, so by the time you see this, it'll be available to you. You want to check those out. Also coming in the future is a cruise that we did yesterday. I believe that one is going to take me a little bit longer to edit. We have tons and tons of footage. It'll be kind of a relaxation, just sit back, have it playing in the background, kind of a video. Something a little different than we've done before, but that should be a lot of fun. Went with the Just Buggin' crew and did the loop just north of Daytona, basically between Ormond and Flagler Beach. So some really good views. My buddy Alan did all of the camera work and provided some commentary along with myself, making our way around the loop. All right, let's go into the thick of it. We've got a crowded area here, so we'll be careful not to get in anybody's way. A lot of activity over here. This is the new vendors area. Obviously, we've got a ton of cars set up here as well. Right here, all in a row, at least 3 cars that were a part of Sick Week. I think that means we have to look at the engines. Got a full cage in this one. And racing seats. See the cage coming back here on the luggage tray there. How you doing? Is this your car? You mind telling us about it on video?
Oh, I don't want to be on video.
Don't worry about it. It's beautiful, man.
It's got a 2110 in it.
2110, yep. So we have an 82 with some 90.5 cylinders.
Yep, 82 by 90.5.
Yes,
Is
sir.
that a Clydeberg welded up, ported heads?
Clydeberg welded up and ported heads. Nice. I see the Berg manifolds over there. Power. How did you do in Sick Week?
I finished 4th out of all the Volkswagens.
4th out of the VWs. Not bad. Not bad. That is beautiful, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Y'all have a great day.
That's awesome.
Look at that. Big engines went all over the place during Sick Week. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? You'd have to take some tools, some spare parts. We have a Porsche sitting over here. That's always a pretty thing to see. I don't know if we're going to see them this year, but we usually see some pretty unique vehicles that you don't see at every show. I guess this would qualify. But we saw some SP1s the last 2 or 3 years. Nice. It'd be fun to tool around in. Here we have a 21 window. I've seen a bunch of them this year. Oh, we were looking at this engine the other day. Yeah, a good number of 21 and 23 windows this time around. I thought they were all gone. Well, we're starting to see them again. We've seen this single cab a number of times. It is still in beautiful shape. Nice work there. All right, here's Island Ties. We've had their kebabs before. That's a neat place. Just to give you a taste of some of the food vendors and new vendors. Oh, this stuff is making me hungry. We were just talking to a gentleman from Beetle House. They have a YouTube channel, so you want to check that out. Here's a vendor bringing fancy new parts to our shows and to our hobby. Also has a content creator behind it. I haven't watched the videos yet, but I'm going to guess that they're pretty stinking good. And here's the gentleman from Beetle House. Always a nice setup. They were over at Bully Brigade too. An empty sump. Cool. We got some snacks at this table. There's some parts vendors up here. We got some used stuff. There's 1 gate, 2 gates, 3 gates. Or I don't know, maybe these are the side gates on a double cab, not sure. Some higher dollar parts there. Nice steering wheels. We've seen these around a few times. VACP is the vendor. They make some really nice stuff. Has some pretty cool steering wheels, door pulls, window cranks. Yeah, hit them up if you're looking for that finishing touch on a nice resto. Look at this, old parts in the corner over here. Instantly drawn to it. Alternator stand, 12-volt Jenny stand. This looks like a single cadron.
532 names like that. 73 feet.
Yeah. I only see the one. Bunch of carbs. What I would love to find are some single port intakes for cadrons. That would be a lot of fun to mess with. Probably not a high demand item, so it might be tough. These shorties here are not the right thing. I think those are for the 32s. They're not big enough flange, but it would look something like this, probably a little taller. Some Type 3 cool tins. Some people are adamant that these are the way to go. Nice, so a little bit of used parts over here in the vendor area. A fun aluminum tank there. This is a camber compensator. And some dune buggy exhaust. How you doing, man? I think these are the gentlemen that set up at Charlie's shop and build engines for the time that spans between the Lakeland show and Nodo. So they're wrapping up their trek. They're actually from California, so they'll pack all of this up and head all the way back across the nation. There's Charlie again. All right, let's jump back into the cars. Oh, there goes a gate. Somebody made a deal. Poiple. How you doing? Yeah, you know, the first step is admitting you have a problem. This looks like pleather on the hood. That's a first. That's pretty cool. Let's see what they did back here. Some nice routing on the plug wires there, and some cadrons. Looking forward to playing with those. We have 2 sets of them now. One that were prepared by Caddyshack, and one just regular old cadrons. It'll be a lot of fun to play with those. Okay. We saw this buggy pulling out of Giuseppe's yesterday. It seemed like a really fun street machine. Giant engine. It sounded good. Sounded well tuned. Never gonna break traction, that's for sure. All about the experience. You don't build something like this setting out to say, you know, we're gonna build something that makes total practical sense. You have something else in mind when you build something like this. And I'm guessing they nailed it. Whatever that was, I think they nailed it. That's commitment. It's an early Beetle. See that oval window through the back there? We'll go around and take a look at it. Ragtop, which is kind of fun. A hood latch, just has to work. Some cool aluminum, I guess, aircraft style seats in here. Some nice treatments on the dash. And we'll get a look at that oval window back here. How y'all doing? Love it. Whose car is it?
Mine.
You mind telling us about it on video?
Old original car, 2276.
A 2276. Wow.
But it's original paint car.
Nice.
out of Colorado.
Out of Colorado, original paint. Ragtop.
Ragtop.
Cool car, man.
Fun.
Good stuff. Thanks for chatting with us. Y'all have a good one. This guy having fun with his bug. That's what it's about. Don't want to lose that. Got some LEDs in there too. That's kind of cool. Okay, gonna swing you around a little bit here. How you doing, sir? Please be patient. All right, I'm gonna sneak out into the road here. We skipped around a few buses here. There's some music that might give us some issues. But what a scene. I'll hold you up a little bit. What a beautiful venue to have a show like this. So we're gonna swing around one more time here. What is this, a Bugatti-inspired VW? Yeah. That's pretty cool. Doesn't that look like fun? Yeah, you get in that, you'd be looking for a chicane of any sort.
Absolutely. You see the purple and green race car?
I think so. The ones with the Sick Week stickers on them?
No, it's a 917 Porsche. Anyway,
Nice.
that makes me go looking for chicanes.
Yeah, there you go.
And sweeping turns and land flat and straight.
You need the mountains. You need to go do the
I know,
dragon.
I'm actually going to do the dragon and go take it to Watkins Glen Vintage in September.
Nice, nice. Walking Glen all the way up in New York.
Yeah, that's where I'm from.
There you go.
And
Nice,
my
man.
car's kind of a tribute to, because it was done on their request. Those are stupid.
Fun looking car.
I'm a detail guy.
I hear
Should
you.
have the half roundies. But they're cool. I love these.
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
We're going to mosey on down the way. It's nice chatting with you.
Good chatting with you.
Yep. Take care, sir.
All right, man. You too.
You too. All right, another splitty in front of us here. Made the miles. That's a cool look. I don't know what kind of clear coat they have on there, but it's locked it in. Nice. Gonna pan over. We have one for the trails. I'm thinking this is early bay. Yeah, we're looking at an early bay here. Panel, the full roof rack and the ladder on the side. That's the Bug Jam sticker. It's a driver. This one's set up for camping. Nice Westy. Also with the general grabbers. We were pontificating yesterday that we have, as a hobby, raised the price of general grabbers because they're so popular with us. Look at that red splitty across the way there. Let's walk across the street. Beautiful. So those of y'all in areas that may not be so fortunate to have shows like this and such a thriving community that revolves around these cars and each other, I hope you enjoy this peek at it. You know, it can't replace being here, but the whole idea behind these videos, whether it's live stream or live to tape, is to just share a piece of what it feels like to be here. How satisfying it is to see everybody celebrating their projects, their achievements with these vehicles, keeping them alive, of course. And a very diverse group, too. So happy to have you all with us any way you can be here. Be better to actually be here, of course, but happy to have you with us on the channel too. Here's a working bus. MobileDetailingMP.com. They do mobile detailing, advertising on their bus. Of course, these are great for advertising. They catch all kinds of attention. And if you're out there providing value, good way to get the word out. How you doing?
How's it going?
Love your bus, man.
Thank you.
Member of Volusia V-Dubs. That's a popular club over here on the east coast of Florida. And some customized cornhole boards. Very nice. Thank you, man. Here's a one-year only VW. A government vehicle of sorts. Good for transporting man's best friend and working dogs. They're always very friendly at this event, which wouldn't expect any less. We're a nice crowd, so hopefully we don't give them a hard time and they have an easy day in a beautiful location doing their thing. Look at the air filter. Painted up with the cooling tin and everything. Nice. How y'all doing?
All right, you.
Okay, thank you. Got a Just Buggin' sticker on there. Some T-bars. Nice. Have not seen a chalkboard vehicle in a while. Long time ago, you're not going to believe me, there was a Fridolin that they would do the same thing, right? They'd give the kids chalk and let them do whatever they wanted, but on a Fridolin. And they were going to Bug Jam every year for a while. Something happened with the price of Fridolins. Of course, that's a postal vehicle from Europe. I want to say the Netherlands. But the price of Fridolins, I saw one for tens of thousands of dollars. Maybe I'm missing something about what made it unique, but Fridolins were the kind of the why do you have that vehicle 20 years ago or so. But yeah, the chalkboard thing is pretty neat. Someone thanked them for doing it. Here's our buddy Brad.
Good morning, Fred.
How you doing?
Doing well, thanks.
Good to see you. It was great talking with you the other day.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was fun looking at your engine too. So if y'all haven't caught it, take a look at the Bully Brigade video. Brad and I had probably the most stimulating conversation of the entire day. It was really nice. Very good. You having a good day today?
Very nice.
Wonderful. Glad to hear it.
Making the tour.
You got the best spot in town. Look at this. Sitting in his bus,
Waterfront view.
looking at this all day. Waterfront, you can see the whole show from here. Smart guy.
This year, you know, I might have disappointed you a little bit.
Oh, no way.
In the past, when you came by a year or two ago, I've got some old yellow and green period correct chairs. Like the old vinyl chairs, folding chairs that look great with it. And a few of the vintage camping accessories. But I decided not to pack all the extra things this year.
I hear you. Yeah, travel a little lighter.
That's it. You know, it's nice to have them and they go well, but I just traveled a little bit lighter. That's right.
Fair enough. Good running into you again, Brad.
You too, Brad.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
We'll do it.
Yeah.
I guess we're probably about halfway through. We're going to make the rest of the round here.
Enjoy the day.
We'll do it.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. You drive safe too.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Westy. I think they're playing some checkers in there, which is cool. We'll head out here. This is what we saw when we first came in. So this year, this is the way that we came in and drove around to where we're parked near the swap meet. Got a chance to drive by some of these vehicles. So some Splitties sitting here. A hard-working Splitty. And right next to it, one that's got a lot of love and care. Got to take a peek inside this one. Yeah, nice paneling. It looks like a bamboo style covering or paneling there. Yeah, definitely bamboo. And this 11 window. Clear coated bug over to our left. Gonna avoid some music, so let's follow the sidewalk. Check out a buggy. We haven't really seen many buggies yet. This 64 Manx is for sale for $10K with relatively low mileage. It looks good in the light here and the bubbles. The engine has a few miles on it. Cool looking Manx. It's got great paint on it. And we have bubbles. Did you see that? They just ignored me. I can't get anybody's attention. Let's check out this single cab here. I don't know, you stand in a crowd to yell bubbles, you expect some kind of a reaction. Mine has some of this problem, but actually way more of it. The early bay double cab waiting in line. Hey, look at this. We saw these on a car and remarked about them earlier. There's a set of square back pop-outs. So they can be found. It's cool working single cab. All right, let me spin you around here. This is kind of the patio. That's the Coca-Cola bug on the move over there. In front of these buildings, whatever it has to do with this civic center here. This is where we've seen some SP1s before. Not making any promises, but it'd be cool to see them again. Art bus. Oh boy, okay, is that Keith Richards there? And our members of ZZ Top. We have a groupie. Doesn't have much to say, but loyal groupie. Led Zeppelin. Everybody's represented. Fun bus. We met Poppin yesterday. Really cool late bay Westie. Poppin Westie, it says. But that looks cool going down the road. And holy moly, look at the camper. Does he actually pull this thing with that bus? I know it's got a Type 4 in it, but that's big. Pretty cool retro camper too. See in the distance Janis Joplin and the Beatles and Jimi Hendrix to round everything out. And the Grateful Dead up top, and even Chicago. How about that? Good list of groups. A couple Vanagons, a Ghia in the distance there, and a beautiful Ghia here. Let's take a closer look at this one. Here's some water coming out of this Westie over here. This thing is in great shape. It says the poor man's Porsche. This is a 69. Yeah, 69 or 70 would be about perfect. Yeah, I'd like to end up with one of these someday. Wouldn't be too particular on how it looks, but I'd want it to be really tight mechanically. I think that's how those cars would be a lot of fun. Good spattering of stickers on this early bay Westie. Sun-kissed and salty. One way, either way. That one-way either way sign would have a good place in most of Florida's parking lots, where it just seems like they had a piece of paper and a pen and some imagination and just did their thing. Really cool looking Baja, and then there's a couple of cars closer to the water we need to go see. Have a bed liner on this one, some really cool looking mirrors there. Sidebars, double tube front bumper, LED lights. Roof rack, spare tire up there cooking in the sun. Not a terrible place for it, really. Right now my spare tire is in where the back seat would be. Not a great place for it. To say the least, it's in the way. Bell crank style linkage there. Remote oil filter. So undoubtedly it's full flow. Yeah, we have our return coming back on the case there, as is customary. Yeah, built to use, built to drive, get you there and back. All right, let's walk up front here. See the adapter up there with the window unit? That would of course go, and I guess facing that way, it'd be in the driver's side window. Set up for camping. All right, what was it that caught my eye up here? That's a Brazilian. See the corner windows? We don't get that on the American exported bay windows. It's got the 72 taillights, but the early bay-ish bumpers, just a whole different set of specs on some of the Brazilian buses, but pretty neat looking. That one appears to be in great shape. Yeah, this is what I wanted to see. Super low fastback.
Although the prices have come down. What's that? I think 13 window.
Yeah, this would be fun to drive down the road. Probably a little rough of a ride, but fun.
That's nail polish.
Hey, so
Another Type 3. Look at this thing sparkle in the sun. Holy moly. Gorgeous buggy. Really, really clean. I love that they did all this for the car and still have a stock speedometer in there. I just love that. Looks like an original emblem, the Volkswagen emblem up there. A monster motor. Seen a lot of serpentine belts and bell crank style linkages. They seem to be the favorite thing. That's a set of 32s there. Dual carbs nonetheless. Maybe not so monster. Adequate and beautiful. There you go. There's a nice photo shoot setting for your fresh buggy right in front of the water. All right, just to keep everybody acclimated, we got started directly across. The swap meet is over there. And then we've covered, if you can make it out, there's the blue bus that was for sale we looked at. We went into the new vendor area, and that spans across to there. And now we've made our way across the patio. So let's keep circling around. We're going to walk to the other side of this building a short distance and find a whole new group of VWs parked near the building. It's kind of a second patio of sorts. Hey! How y'all doing? Hello, Tavo. How you doing?
Good, and you?
Good. Yeah, making our rounds.
Nice.
Y'all found some shade in like the best area.
Good. Well, yeah, all planned. That's how we planned it.
There you go.
Too
Good
much yesterday,
thinking.
That's why.
Yes. Yeah. Lots of sun yesterday. Very
lots to
cool.
see.
Indeed. You know, we didn't get to look at your bus yesterday. You want to show it to us?
No, my
Are you right over there?
is full of stuff.
Go ahead.
Oh, he's getting shy. Oh.
No. Look out the shell.
I'll show you there.
Oh, no.
Oh, they're getting shy. Oh, boy. I'm starting to feel unwelcome.
Did you see that one?
It's my camera, isn't it? It's my camera.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's me. I know.
Shy.
No worries. It's great running into all of y'all.
You too. Great to see you.
Y'all take
Enjoy the
care.
rest
Enjoy the day. Okay, there we are. Pretty venue and some welcome shade. This is kind of nice. Hope y'all are enjoying this. The big downside to doing it this way is we don't have the live interactivity, but I assure you, I read the comments. I would love to hear from you about what you think about the show or how we've handled the issue with the connectivity and so on. I'm pretty aware that most of our viewers appreciate the garage stuff, and I have a lot of fun there. I think that's where our focus will remain. Well, I'm certain of it. But yeah, we like to do these things too if it pleases our audience. It's the impression I have, sweet fastback by the way, is that there is a core audience that really enjoys the live or live-ish coverage of the shows. And so I'm happy to do it. Feels like I have y'all with me when we do these things. But yeah, let me know what you think about covering the shows, or how you would rather me do it, or what you'd like to see more of. Yeah, look at that. We love the trim treatment on the bug there. Swamp cooler. Surfboard. Lowered. Undoubtedly narrowed. There's the Lucky Lure bus. He was parked next to our buddy Sean when we looked at that double cab in the Bully Brigade video. That one is up now. That one, well, everything that precedes this video will be up by the time you see it. But yeah, we got a brief peek at the Lucky Lure bus. I think I have a short from a couple years ago where we saw this bus for the first time at Sanford. Cool bus. The pop-out window in the back. Here's something we haven't seen yet today, I don't think, and that's a dual carb center mounted. I took a peek at a manifold just like this one where the heat riser goes up into the casting, which I really like. Yeah, an interesting take on a dual carb arrangement, putting it in the center like that. Seems like that would be helpful on a off-road car. All right, we got a lot of volume here. Let me sneak back this way. Hopefully the mic noise suppression is doing its thing there, but we'll play it safe. We've seen this bus a couple of times today and just love it. Pop top, splitty. That's a cool looking bus. We've seen this one out at the Dubs on the River show, and the kind of the Domino's theme, not official, I don't think, but pretty cool theme for a bug. Ooh, there's a black bug in the distance calling my name right now. Let's look at this purple one here. Oh, look at the way they mounted that coil. I hadn't seen that before. Some dual carbs, alternator, another serpentine belt. It seemed to me like serpentine belts were falling out of favor for a while. I haven't messed with one, but I think people were having difficulties keeping it tight, and the advantage was not necessarily apparent. So when it comes down to it, I think we end up choosing what works, and if the serpentine belts these folks are using are working for them, that's the way to go. Lake Bay Westie. All right, let's go take a look at this black bug over here. Hey, look at this, sorry, diversion. Squirrel. Herbie-ish. Beautiful color gray. Isn't that cool with the really, really nice paint and then a weathered emblem on it. That's kind of a neat combination. Hey, it's Mark.
Hey, it's me.
Skid Mark. I haven't seen you in forever. How you been? Still kicking, he says. Nice. Good to see you, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, take care.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah, super nice paint. Yeah, let's take a peek inside this one. That is cool. Okay, diversion complete. Let's look at this black bug over here. Doesn't that look cool? Satin. A vintage speed sticker. How you doing? Early bug. Oh, you know what? I saw this one from the distance the other day and just loved this. The glossy black rims on gray drums. I love that combination. That's really cool. Neat wheel and drum combo. There is another squareback. Bunch of folks hanging out, picnicking at Nodo. Very straight square back there. That one is in great shape. If we can judge from the license plate, it is a 71. Let's just take a peek. Yeah, 71 square back, of course, type 3. Peek at the dash. You can see the dash changed a little bit from the earlier ones we were looking at. Bigger taillights, of course, especially in the mid-70s. They just got huge. With some giant taillights. That would be safer. Got to give it that. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
All right, man. Thank you. Take a brief look at this 73 thing we might have seen at the Dubs on the River. Yeah, it's got that cool steering wheel in it. So yeah, if you're with us today and you're loving this, you need to check out the other videos if you haven't already. By the time this weekend is done, over the next couple of days or so, we will have posted at least 4 videos covering the event. That's rapid fire for us, but truth be told, we're kicking things up a notch. I'll have more to share very soon, but a heavier focus on the channel than we've had before. We have lots to do, lots to share. And just to give you a little behind the scenes here, this has been an excellent exercise for me to speed up the process. If you've been a long-time follower of the channel, you've noticed we've been slow at times, that maybe a few months would go by between posts, and that's just life. It's also about choices. It's also about, well, where are your commitments? And by necessity and practicality, they've been elsewhere previous, and now we have a little bit more focus on the channel moving forward. So this has been an excellent exercise to get faster at the upload process and shoot videos in a way that don't take hours and hours and hours and hours to edit. We'll still be who we are, and we'll still do new and exciting things, but we just want to do more. So stay tuned for that and more details coming. All right, let's traverse a little bit of area here. How you doing, David?
Good, how are you?
All right, man. We mentioned David a couple of times, the caretaker of type2.com. Well, I'm a little surprised at this. It's probably, I don't know, 12? And I'm seeing some empty spots. It looks like it's starting to clear out a little bit. Yeah, it's 12:15. And we already lost a few folks. We are close to covering everything, but I apologize that we didn't get here in time. There were undoubtedly some really cool cars in this area. That's our buddy Lance and his John Deere single we talked about at Bully, and then of course Sean and his double cab. Looks like they might be heading on their way. Plenty right here in front of us though. Gotta check out this ragtop. Super pretty, super straight. Got the hood open. Oh, we were looking at this one yesterday. Yeah. And we liked the blinds on it. Big motor. Really clean, but those blinds were so cool. All right. Gonna look for something new. Look at those. Maybe that's the answer to my side view mirror debacle. We remember that treatment on that bug. Very good. I hear somebody whistling down here. Chirp, chirp. Look at this. A 21 window. Walk through. Suicide doors. Okay, that's a first. I have not seen a 21 or 23 walkthrough with suicide doors. Like, those are otherwise stock. I don't think I've seen a splitty with suicide doors. Not counting the rear cargo door, of course. That's a little different. So, yeah, glad we kept chugging. You're all good. Thrashers, burgers, and dogs. Swamp cooler. A real gas can. That doesn't make you spill everything. Fun presentation on this Beetle. Okay, got a little bit of volume, so I'm going to move down a little bit. Another squareback. Get behind this gentleman here taking a picture. 74 thing. Pretty late Beetle here with some pop outs. White walls. That always classes it up a bit, doesn't it? Well, let's scoot across the street here. Look at a working bus. Complete with the obligatory, in some circles, hula girl.
Oye, eso es traición a la patria.
It's a driver. Have banana, will travel. Another look at the venue. There's the building we were just at, and the two patios, of course. Hey, this is neat. Toolboxes on the back. Haven't seen too many toolboxes on roof racks. It's a nice take on it. And a briefcase. Haven't seen that either. A toolbox, a briefcase, and an ammo can. Looks like they've been over in the swap, or they picked up parts that fell off, but one or the other, they got their exhaust. I liked that roof rack. That was cool. This is Beetle Row here. And here's the Churros Vanagon we saw yesterday, doing their business here as well. Neat way to do it. Cool outfit. Gotta take a peek inside this splitty. It's set up for camping and low word. VW Freak PR on Instagram if you want to check them out. Got some cool stuff going on in the dash. Oh yeah, those cool cup holders. I like those. My favorite one by far is the one my dad made for me. He is quite the craftsman in the wood shop. and made one for my splitty, so I'm all set. But those aluminum machined ones look pretty cool. Cast and machined a little bit. Neat lantern. A suitcase stereo down there. And we saw a different lantern holder yesterday. Here's another take on it. That one's pretty cool. I like that. Very good. All right, I'm going to swing out into the road here. Now, other than a lot of music and like volume between us, we are about where we started. So just down the way there is where the limbo stuff is happening. If you want to catch the limbo, that seems to be a big draw of this show. I know it is well covered, so check out one of the many creators that are very likely to be covering the limbo. The people that involve themselves in it and get really competitive let on that it's going to be epic this year. And each year it's epic because they keep on raising the bar and outdoing each other, and then they keep their methods secret. They don't want anyone to be able to outdo them until the day of, and it gets to be a whole lot of fun. So definitely check out one of the creators that is covering the limbo. We've opted to go around the loop and make that our contribution to Nodo on YouTube, and I hope that you've enjoyed it. Stay with me for 1 second here. We're going to sneak through here. Oh, Legos. These kids are being raised right. We couldn't end things without giving you a look at Dweezil, so we parked way back here. Just happy to be here. If we wanted to get a better parking spot, we would have gotten here a little bit earlier. But there you go, folks. Thanks so much for being with me for Nodo this whole weekend, and especially today for our look at the show and our loop around the lake. I'm gonna get something to hydrate with and probably chill out a little bit. I couldn't ask for a better weekend. I'm just totally worn out, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So thanks for spending it with me, everybody. We'll be back in the shop doing the thing that we do with some new announcements and a lot of exciting things coming our way for the remainder of this year. So hold on tight, folks. It's gonna get a little crazy, and we'll see you in the next one. You keep your projects alive, and we're gonna drive the dream. We'll see you next time.